All right, let's get this. This is the Ready Math Lesson 4 quiz. The quiz is on rounding and comparing decimals. So it is very similar to the guided practice we did on Monday for this lesson. So number one is Julie weighs 5 watermelons and rounds the weights to the nearest hundredths. Which of the weights rounds to 7 and 43 hundredths pounds? It says circle all the answers that are correct. I will tell you there are 3 answers that are correct. So you are going to be circling 3 of these answers. Okay, now remember, you have all this empty space to the right where you can work these out. Now, my advice to you, because it's a little squished over there, I would just come right over here, rewrite the problem or the number in question, and it says you're rounding to the nearest hundredths. Remember on the place value chart where the hundredths place is, okay? You have your decimal, your point, you have a blank spot, blank, blank. Remember which one is the hundredths place, okay? So you would underline that number and you look to the neighbor. Remember, if the neighbor, it's like the roller coaster, is 5 or more, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, it's going to round up to the next number. If it's 4, 3, 2, or 1, or even 0, it's going to stay the same. Okay? So there's your little thing. And you're going to be rounding 3 of them. And they have to round to 7.43 or 7 and 43 hundredths. Please make sure you circle them very clearly so I can see it. Number 2, write greater than, less than, or equal to complete the comparisons. Now, my suggestion to you is to write them in one way. Either go all decimals or go all fractions. To me, it really doesn't matter which one you use because it's the same thing. But some people are better off reading the fraction. And then you're going to start saying, well, Miss Moore, I don't know how to do this. Yes, you do. Just say it. It's 67 over 100 or 67 hundredths. And remember, you write 67 hundredths just like you would any 67 hundredths. So now you're going to compare 19 and 657 thousandths to 19 and 67 hundredths. You're going to do this to every single one of these. There's 4 of them. Okay? So like I said before, this right here you're going to have more than 5 questions. So don't worry about that too much. You'll have numerous questions. If I'm not mistaken, you'll have 3 on number 1. I'm going to go ahead and write this out. You have 3, 4 on here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right here. So that's 13 problems right there. And then 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So you have 27 total problems. So it's not going to be as bad if you just miss one. So trying to help y'all out there. All right, so number 3, Miss Santos is organizing some extra pieces of copper wire by mass. The box shows each mass in grams. Then she rounds each mass to the nearest tenth. Remember where the tenths is. Remember you have your 0, blank, blank, blank. Which one is your tenths? Just like I said earlier, this is just like what we did on Monday. You are going to underline the number in the tenths place, and then you are going to look to the neighbor. And remember, if it is 5 or more, the number goes up. If it's 4 or less, the number stays the same. And you're going to put them in 3 columns. It's either going to be 6 and a half or 6 and 5 tenths, 6 and 6 tenths, or 6 and 7 tenths of grams. Now, this Ian and Rosa race, a speed skating competition. Ian records a time of 42 and 839 thousandths seconds. Rosa records a time of 42 and 782 thousandth seconds. Now, just like I did on the worksheet on Monday, your best bet is to go ahead and on the piece of paper you have, write his time, And then you'll write Rosa in her time. And then, like, you'll do A, B, C, D. Like, you would round that one to the nearest A. It says A round to the nearest tenth each time. So you would round both of these to the nearest tenth. And whatever the answer is, are the times equal, true or false? B, it says Rosa's time is closer to 42 and 78 hundredths of a second than 42 and 79 hundredths of a second. So just true or false. You would have a number line here. Okay. Same thing goes for this one. Number line. Number or letter D says rounded to the nearest hundredths of a second. Rosa's time is slower than Ian's. Remember, when it means slower, it means bigger. Remember, when you're racing, you want the small. When you race, you want the smaller number, because the smaller number wins. All right, now that's going to come into play down here for number 5. Isabella ran a 100-meter dash 5 times. The time it took her to complete each race in seconds was 12 and 7/10, 12 and 807 thousandths, 12 and 78 hundredths, 12 and 8 hundredths, 12 and 87 thousandths. It says Isabel wants to order the race times from her longest to shortest. So that means from her biggest to her smallest. Okay? Write the decimals in order from greatest to least. So just like it says, from biggest to smallest. Okay, part B. Kayla explains how she compares Isabella's last 2 race times of 12 and 8 hundredths and 12 and 87 thousandths. Fill in the blanks. Okay, to find the greater number, I can compare the digits from greatest to least, place value. I write 12 and 8 hundredths as blank. You're going to write it as a number, so that it has the same number of digits as 12 and 87 thousandths. When I compare the digits in each place value, I see the digits are different for the first time in the blank place. So you're going to tell me what place value. Since the value of the digit 0 is blank, the value of the digit blank, I know that 12 and 8 hundredths blank 12 and 87 thousandths. So basically, you are just filling in the blanks. If you were to have to tell your mom, dad, or even me how you came up with this, that's how you are going to be answering this question. And I will say, if I cannot read your answers, I will count them wrong. Handwriting is important. Okay, so that is your lesson 4 quiz. Good luck. And I will take this when you turn it in on Wednesday. All right, good luck, and I will